Hail, you amazing, magnificent, phenomenal, and wonderful infinite beings. Welcome to my channel, Living Consciously with MC, which is me, your host, Marie-Claire Hayes. And if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for just finding me. Consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And yes, it is my aim to be a lot more consistent and have a lot more videos flowing through. And if you want to find out a little bit more about me, just have a look down below, just above the comment section. I will put a link to my Linktree profile. So you can find out anything that I have available in the world will be a link to there on my Linktree profile. So what I wanted to actually share in today's video was about your higher self and how your higher self is actually like one of your guides. And so many people they have like a hard time sort of figuring this out, especially when there is, well, number one, don't figure it out because the logical mind will never actually get the massiveness of this fact that past, present, and future all are happening at the same time. So that number one is very difficult for the logical mind to get a grasp around. So if past, present, and future timelines are all happening at the same time, your future self, which is kind of like your higher self, can come back and actually give you hints and signs and little nuggets of information so that you never miss a beat, that you're always in the most divine time at the divine place with the divine people. So our higher self is like this massive connection to the greater universe. We have it in this present moment, we have it in the past moment, and we have it in the future moment. Is that our connection? Because remember, we're so vast as the infinite being we truly be, as the spiritual being we truly be, as the energetic being we truly be, that our energy can't all fit into this beautiful physical vessel that we have chosen to journey this particular lifetime with. This present moment, a lifetime. So our energy sits a little bit within this body and then it expands out into the vastness of the universe. So it is everywhere. That's why sometimes you have those moments of deja vu, is because you're actually connecting with something that is happening at the very same time along the timeline. So past timelines, future timelines. I mean, how freaking incredible is that? And like I said, the logical mind cannot fathom that this is all occurring at the same time. So your higher self, connected and plugged into the entire vastness of the universe, gets to give you snippets of information. So your intuition and your innate knowing is part of your higher self. It is that connection, so that it keeps feeding you information through signs, through messages, through just really trying to get your attention. I think you've all seen the memes of just the guardian angel. Well, just replace it with your higher self. And the guardian angel is sitting like this going, how am I going to try get through to this person? How am I going to try let them know that there is something greater available for them, that if they just make a different choice, if they just have a look at this, if they just pay attention to the messages that I'm giving to them. So if you can be a little bit more aware of how your higher self shows up in your world and get familiar with that, because it's like a relationship that you've got to get familiar with and sort of like, see what happens and how the energy flows and what's that person, what's their interests, what's their likes. It's kind of the same thing with your higher self, same, but different. So when you start fine-tuning this relationship with your higher self, you're just so plugged in. Your intuition is spot on. Your knowing is there. You never doubt yourself because you're actually perceiving this information that is coming through from your higher self, and you're never missing a beat. Always at the divine time, divine place, divine people. And I know I repeat these things a lot, but it tends to take the logical mind some repetition in order to get this fact that, your higher self is this amazing guide in your life. And what if when you start paying attention to the signs, you get to start living a completely different life? You get to start choosing very different things in your world, because all of a sudden you're allowing yourself to become more aware of what's actually available. And because there are so many different pathways that you can choose, there is never a right or a wrong pathway or a good or a bad pathway. There literally just is pathways, an infinite amount of pathways that actually intertwine with each other. So if you start on one pathway because your higher self gave you like this little bit of a nugget because it wanted you to go in that direction, because only if you went in that direction could you link up to a different parallel pathway, which then led to something different. And this is the beautiful symphony that occurs when you start realizing how incredible your life has been and how many things and how many synchronicities you paid attention to. And the great thing is that our higher self will keep coming back at us. When we know that we're supposed to be somewhere else, our higher self is like, no, I haven't got your attention fully yet. So I'm going to keep coming at you with these things, which is why you get this repetition of your intuition. It's like, this keeps coming up for me. I keep hearing this. I keep seeing this. Pay attention to it, because that is your higher self giving you clues and nuggets and beautiful little crumbs of wisdom in terms of where you should be, what you should be doing, who you should be doing it with, and what you should be resonating with, and what you should be aligning yourself with, so that you truly do get to live your most unique design and your most unique divine plan that is there for you, that you had a part of when you chose this physical incarnation to be like, right, these are the things that I would love to experience, and these are the things that I'd love to pull into my world. And you left yourself a huge amount of open space to experience even more, because you didn't quite know how these beautiful synchronicities were going to add up and how they were going to pull into your world, and how one thing could open up to 10 things, and then how each of those 10 things could open up to another 20 different things. So please acknowledge how amazing your higher self is, which is you, out into the world, plugged into the universe. And please also just acknowledge that you haven't missed anything up until this point in time. You are exactly where you are meant to be. What else could you be pulling into your world? What other amazing things could you be contributing towards? That they could be contributing towards you, as well as you contributing towards them. And how much more amazing and fulfilling could your life be if you were a little bit more plugged in and a little bit more attuned and in tuned to your higher self, and navigating your life in a completely different way, a more conscious way, and a more aligned way, a more aware way. So that's the message that I just wanted to share with everyone today. Wishing you all lots of love and lots of magic and lots of beautiful connections with your higher self. And until next time, lots of love.